Hi everybody, this is THP talking to you guys again in a post-E3 2021 world. So yes, another year, another E3 has come and gone. If you guys missed all of my coverage, more like reactions to a lot of the press conferences, I have a playlist for E3 2021. You guys can go watch all of the conferences and my commentary on it if you guys are interested. I also put out a couple of highlights for Nintendo Direct and all that stuff, so if you missed any of it or you want to watch it or you just want something playing in the background while you do something else, then go ahead. But yeah, that's over, and now we're moving on to our regularly scheduled programming. Let's talk about some anime fan service now. You guys know the things are already going back to normal when I start to talk about Senran Kagura again, right? So not only do we have a bunch of brand new banners for New Link, which have some amazing Senran Kagura art featuring Kagura and my wife, Ikaruga, we also have some more news about Senran Nin Nin Ninja Taisen, the Senran Kagura and Hyperdimension Neptunia crossover. And by news, I mean there's a brand new trailer that we can watch, and it's pretty lengthy. It's about 3.5 minutes, so let's not waste any time. Let's actually look at it. I've been seeing some comments from my Discord saying that the game actually looks kind of better now, so let's see. Let's go ahead and take a look. There's also a new character in here that I haven't talked about, and we can address that when it happens. So let's just go. Let's do it. Idea Factory, Compile Hard, Tamsoft, Marvelous, Acquire. So many companies involved in this. Oh my god. This is really, really loud. I need to bring it down. But yeah, a lot of new characters I got announced. So some of these are original. Some of these come from like other games that I've never heard about. It's actually kind of interesting. But in terms of Senran Kagura characters, it seemed like it's just the 4 leaders and that's kind of it. And then with the 4 goddesses of Neptunia, just so that there's like, you know, symmetry there. But yeah, that's a new character. The one on the left is new. And then there's like some weird Gundam guys and that ugly man over there. Yeah, I think those are new characters dressed up like New Link characters. New Link characters that are from New Wave. Yep. Purple Heart with Nep. And so yeah, you have their regular forms and then their transformation with their CPU form, I guess. It's still not completely clear if you can go from normal mode to transformed. All of the gameplay that they're showing is just from the transformation mode, so yeah, Asuka transforming. Yeah, it seems like the regular school uniforms are just like the visual novel stuff, and then the actual battles are just the transformations. Yumi, yeah, they announced this on like a Famitsu magazine a while back. And there we go, Miyabi, now we're seeing them. Really great art, by the way. I love the Ageshi Nen art here. And then, yeah, this is not by Ageshi Nen. I think this is, Sunako, the person that does. Yeah, so here's this character. So this character is actually a guy. Then you have these 2 new characters, and then I guess these are side characters. I don't know if they're playable. And then there's that guy. And then 2 Gundams. Again, I don't know who are characters and who are, you know, just people that show up in the story. Just fighting slimes and mushrooms. The typical thing that you always fight in these Neptunia spin-offs. Now this looks cool. So this is kind of like a Final Fantasy VII remake kind of thing where like the game goes into slow motion. You can almost do like commands for special attacks and stuff that you can do. I kind of like it when things are more like in real time instead of slowing it down, but yeah. And then again, I can't really read what's happening here, but apparently you can change to like these different colors or elements. At least Purple Heart's outfit changes color, and I guess that's like a different element where you can expose weaknesses or something. That's what I can gather from it. And of course, different finishing moves and whatnot. And fan service moments. RPG, apparently there's some RPG elements in this. Yeah, so there's a little mini game, I guess, where you have to like balance yourself on a ball. And you can fall over and, of course, see some naughty bits, but not a lot, obviously. I think after everything that has been going on in the last couple of years, they're not really going to push it a whole lot. But yeah, the game's coming out on August 26th in Japan, not in English. There's been no announcements for it to come out in English. And yeah, they show those uniforms kind of implying that if you pre-order or something, you get like special DLC. Yeah, so yeah, after the release date and after they show the title and everything, anything after that is usually like merch and DLC and stuff like that, which I hate that they already have DLC planned even before the game comes out. But yeah, it's like 8 Kiara. Yeah, so there's 8 characters. Producto Yudo. Irasto Kado. Oh yeah, illustration cards. Campaign stuff. Oh yeah, so this is like special outfits and stuff. Yeah, this makes me nervous. The fact that there's actually not a lot of characters. And there might be some pretty scummy DLC in here. It's like, here's a bunch of DLC that existed in other games, but we're just reselling it to you again. You know, that I'm scared of that, because that's what Senran Kagura always does. And I've never given them anything that's not like new characters, right, for DLC. And so yeah, they have a CD, soundtrack, poster, or whatever, an art book. Furukara. Yeah, it's like, yeah, posters and CDs and stuff. This is normal. This always happens with any game ever. They always gotta have some special edition with all the merch and stuff. But yeah, let's look at that again slowly. I know that I was talking over a lot of it because I already kind of knew what was going to, you know, be in this trailer for the most part. I was not expecting them to announce anything more than what they already had, which is not a whole lot. But yeah, that's the logo. Looking nice. And so yeah, this is supposed to be like a totally different, like, alternate world. This has nothing to do with neither the Neptunia canon or the Senran Kagura canon, before anybody asks. The island is very unsubtly looking like a ninja star, like a shuriken, where all of the different schools are at in each corner, I guess. I'm not sure. But yeah, one little edge of the city and stuff. Yeah, I'm sure that the ancient scroll was designed exactly like that. But, yeah. You have all of these 4 leaders with the other 4 goddesses crossing over. Yeah, so these ones are new. I really haven't seen or heard anything about them. I think they probably just announced them now. This old guy, gosh, I'm assuming he's the villain, and maybe those 2 Gundams are like his lackeys or something. I'm wondering if these are playable, right? Maybe this is just like the gang of villains. Whenever they portray them in the shadow with glowing eyes or whatever, they're usually just bad guys. So, yeah. But I really do wonder if we are going to be able to play as them. That would be pretty cool. Because there are some other characters outside of Neptunia and Senran Kagura that are wholly original characters that you can play as. I do like these designs, and again, they're only showing the transformation for all of these characters. So my assumption is that these character models that like this Sunako art with, you know, Nep and, you know, the little tiny pre-transformation stuff, that's all just going to be story. That's literally just, when they do the visual novel story stuff, they're going to look like this, and then when they go into battle, they transform, and they're not going to be able to, like, revert back or anything like that. It's not going to be like in Senran Kagura, where you have an initial, just your regular original base form, and then when your health is running out, you can transform, and then, you know, you can, how do you call it? You can, you know, transform and refill your health bar and have a totally different moveset. Well, not totally different, but just, you know, you can do more combos and stuff, and you can aerial rave longer. Things like that, right? I think the problem here is that I'm seeing this as a Senran Kagura game, as opposed to a Neptunia spin-off game with Senran Kagura characters in it as, like, guest characters, right? I'm projecting all of this Senran Kagura stuff, all of this gameplay from those games, when I've played a lot of Neptunia spin-offs, and they all pretty much suck balls pretty hard. I don't really like any Senran Kagura spin-off. I think all of them are pretty terrible. I mean, they're fine. I like the writing. Obviously, all of these games have always been funny, and if you enjoy the characters, then you're gonna like seeing them screw around and be funny. That's usually the part that I like, the characters. But whenever you actually, you know, play it as a traditional video game where you press buttons and stuff happens, it has always been horrible for me. I've never really liked any of them. And even the mainline RPGs, I think, are not the best either. But, yeah, if I recommend Neptunia to anybody, I would say play the RPGs and nothing else. Especially now when they like, keep remaking the original, like, 3 games, like, a million times. Didn't, like, a remake of the first game just come out again for, like, PS5? It's, like, the 5th time they remake the first one. Then Pablo Hato. Yeah, with the same, all of the same voice actors as always. One thing that I will say, if I am going to compliment this game on anything, is that the animations for the attacks for the character models are really, really good. One of the biggest problems that I have with fan service games for the most part is that they put all of their money in making the models and the characters and the girls look absolutely magnificent, but then everything else suffers for it, right? They put all the money in making the girls look good, and then the environments look like shit, the enemies look like crap. It's just like all of the same spammed enemies over and over again. You know, you're gonna be fighting slimes and mushrooms and then a bigger slime. you know, and OBS just froze, so you can't see me moving. God damn it. Ah! Anyway, as I was saying, they put all of their money on the models and they don't put any of the money on like mechanics and cool enemies or, you know, environmental design and stuff like that. Everything looks very flat, like a launch PlayStation 3 game. And then the only thing that looks very PS4 or PS5 are the girls themselves, right? So, you know, I was seeing like their movements and their little animations for their attacks and stuff, and it looks really fluid. It actually looks kind of nice. You know, if we can take a look at, you know, how they animate here. Yeah, like they hold it in their mouth and do this. And even like the little like slashing effect and stuff, it doesn't look that bad. You know, anything that's related to the girls directly seems pretty high quality, but the problem is that they kind of slept on everything else. Yeah, it's like the same enemies and... Yeah, and I always, you guys know me, whenever there's like an anime game, I love it when there's like cool camera angles for everything, you know? And that's exactly what they have. And I like their designs, you know, like their outfits and stuff for their ninja forms or whatever. It looks really cool. I feel like there's a lot of really nice ideas here, but they're gonna do nothing with it because it's just a way to, you know, use fan service to make more money. I just don't feel like they're gonna commit to this at all. This is just a game that'll come out and then they'll forget about it as soon as the money's being made. Then Asuka. And yeah, you know, even with the Senran Kagura characters, they're showing just the transformation outfits, none of the regular school uniforms. Although it does seem like if you pre-order the game and you buy the DLC, you can use the regular outfits during the battles, but it'll still technically just be transformation, you know? And you can see right here in the menus, you can see the health, you can see like status boosts and stuff, like a magic meter, I guess, for you to use special moves. Your level, you can see your level right here, and obviously there's like a co-op character that you can like, you know, immediately switch to on the fly. That's actually pretty cool. That's something that I would love to see from Senran Kagura that we don't really see anymore. The last time we saw that was Senran Kagura 2, Deep Crimson, and nowhere else. Like in the newest, latest, and greatest games, you don't have this co-op thing at all. You gotta wait for a weird Neptune spinoff to do it for you. But again, I like the Yageshi Nan art. It looks fantastic. And yeah, all of the exact same moves as always. They're not really doing anything new with it, not even animating them differently. It's all the exact same. They just copy-pasted all of the animations, even the dash animation and stuff, which, by the way, like the ice and stuff looks way crappier than like an Estival versus. This really does feel like a watered-down version of you know, both Neptunia and Senran Kagura. But yeah, the 2D art, it's still amazing. It's still fantastic. Yep. All of the exact same moves. That's actually a really nice Miyabi. I think my favorite out of all of them in terms of like their regular uniforms. I think I like Miyabi the most, and for transformation, I think I like Yumi the most. And she looks cool here, yeah. But yeah, she has all of the same moves. If anything, I'm more excited for all of the new characters because we don't know anything about them. I have nothing to expect, right? And then it was a Yuki. And so yeah, apparently she has different poses implying that she can transform into different things, but I doubt it. But yeah, she has like a cat kind of thing where she just slashes and stuff. Yeah, she's hot. She looks nice. You see that shot. She looks really, really nice. She looks kind of weird in some of the 2D art, but when you see her here in action, depending on what camera angle you're looking her in, she does actually look really great. Now this character, this character is actually, when I said that this character was actually a guy, what I mean is that this character is actually based on a very old, obscure PlayStation 2 game that also was like a hack and slash kind of thing, and the protagonist is a man, you know, just a regular like samurai looking dude. And they just took that character and they gender bent him. They turned him into a girl, kind of like Terry, you know, like in SNK Heroines where Terry got turned into a girl. Okay, well, this guy got turned into a girl too, and she's looking kind of good, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, it's I think the character design is also by Tsunako. Yeah, this doesn't strike me as Yageshi Nan at all. Yeah, I think it's Tsunako. I think there's a trailer for this character where you can actually see the dude. Yeah, all of the recent uploads have all been just Senran Nin 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 Ninja Taisen. Okay, it's a really short one. All right, I think I found it. Let's see. Let's see what this is. Senran Nin Nin Ninja Taisen. Psha. Well, I'm glad that we are seeing more gameplay, but it unfortunately looks very, very slow and stiff and not very fun. Yeah, I think this is it. Yeah, they introduced this character here. Yeah, so that's what he's originally supposed to look like. So, Shinobito, Way of the Ninja, by I guess, Spike Chunsoft. Yeah, an old, like, PS2 hack and slash game. I don't know if we ever got it over here in the West, but I guess somebody got hyped about this. They had to have their little Smash Brothers moment, right? And be like, oh, here he is. That's right, the guy. But yeah, they turned him into a sexy girl. Looks way better to me. Playable character right there. And you can see a little bit of his moves, I think. Fami, yeah, so go to Famitsu magazine to read more about him/her. Yeah, okay. And I guess if you want to know more about it, you can, you know, watch more trailers. Okay, I haven't seen this one. Let's see, I think they're just talking about the fan service here. You'll just see the little mini game. Oh, so you have a little ball there and you have to balance it. I see. Although I feel like failing in a game like this would be just as rewarding. Since obviously the girls are gonna like fall over and you'll get to see certain angles of them. Yeah. Yeah. And then you have these subtitles. I'm assuming there's like a song you have to follow up with. I really do wonder how much of this will be free roam, right? Where you'll be able to walk around. My assumption is that it'll all just be menus with levels and you select the level and you go. Right? Yeah, this is definitely like a little song you have to follow up with. You have to sing along to it. And just show, gosh! That woman's chest area is so incredibly large. Bigger than Asuka. Uh-huh. I really do wonder if you can use these outfits for battles and stuff. I wonder how much customization is going to be in it. Alright, no comments, no likes or dislikes, I guess. Can we go back to the other trailer? Yeah, so... Yeah, I guess we can take a look at a bit more gameplay for the new playable DLC character. Well, not DLC, they're in the game. They're in the game. Although I wouldn't put it past them if they had, you know, if they added more DLC stuff, right? I doubt they'll have the whole Senran Kagura cast. I think it'll be like a couple more, like Kagura might be in it, you know. Maybe Jasmine. They'll probably just look at who are the most popular characters and then just sell them individually for like $6 each. There we go. We're seeing this person in action. I can only assume, yeah, you see? This is what I'm talking about. The animations and stuff, they put so much care into having the girls look good, but everything else looks so crap. It's so slow and stiff, and it doesn't seem to flow as well as Senran Kagura does. Yeah, look at that. That's some Naruto shit right there. I'm assuming that's, you know, something that from the PS2 game that he's from Shinobito. But then you have these new characters, obviously all made by the Neptune artist Teku, and then Mogima. Yeah, and then, oh, my favorite, Kampa. I love Kampa, obviously, is like a little ninja nurse. And then, IF, I guess. And then, Istowaru. Yeah, Histoire, Kampa, IF. They're very unsubtle. Yeah, this guy, oh my god, he creeps me out. I don't like him. Yeah, and then you have this girl that kind of looks like Toki no Sora, but, you know, different. Aru something something. She looks like a good character. This guy looks very evil. Very, very evil. And then the suddenly Gundams. Suddenly big giant robots. I have no idea. Afimojasu. And then Sutemakusu. Yeah, alright. They have voices. They talk. Then you have all this Baturu stuff. Yeah, you can show me all of the Adobe After Effects fire. Sukiru, yeah, so skills. So, I guess in Senran Kagura, you could just hold down a button and press either square or triangle or whatever, and it would just trigger an attack. But here, I guess you have 4 different attacks, and you can see how much meter is actually going to take. It does kind of look cool when it goes into slow motion and stuff. I guess it's cool to have more than just 2 attacks and then the ultimate, and that's it, right? I guess there's like a 4th attack here that you can use. I like it. You know, the more abilities and attacks they add, the better. And then this is like Toriga? Oh, trigger. Okay. Like a trigger for something. Yeah, so the more you fight, the more that meter fills up, I guess. And you get like, you know, different levels of Magatama, different items that I guess you can use to upgrade yourself. You can see the little mini-map right here. Yeah, I mean, they're trying to make it sound impressive, right? Like, look at how cool these attacks are. But, like, she's just, like, doing nothing. Doing absolutely nothing to this giant slime. He just stands there and smiles at you. Yeah, and then you have this, Doraivu. Okay, so, like, different drives. different elements that you can use, presumably to expose weaknesses, right? Like there's these characters that are only weak to the red stuff and that are only weak to the blue stuff, right? I don't know if that's supposed to be like fire, water, you know, earth, wind, and fire, you know? And then these guys look like metal slimes. Ironically, they're dying way faster. But yeah, it seemed like it's having different effects. And it does look like you can still activate special attacks without going into that, like, slow motion mode. Because here, she's just, like, immediately doing it. Right? EX Gauge Max. Alright, when the EX gauge goes to max, you can do a cool move. Where you can just kill... Yeah. That looks like something that everybody has. Yeah, just a kill everyone kind of thing. System and RPG thing. Yeah, with you can see skill trees and upgrades and stuff. And that fan servicey minigame, you'll be able to use it, I guess, to, like, you know, to increase some sort of stats. Poodoo. Going over to the pool on a big giant peach. Because I guess we can't be subtle here. Everything has to look like an ass or look like a penis or something like that. I mean, for PlayStation 4, not even mention a PlayStation 5 or PC or anything else, exclusively PlayStation 4. What a weird thing. At around this time when there's PS5 and you have all the newer consoles and more games are coming out to PC and Switch and stuff like that. It's just really strange to just have a PS4 exclusive thing, you know, on the worst possible console you can have your fan service game on. This game has to come out on other platforms. I feel like eventually they'll port it somewhere else. I can't imagine this only being on PS4 only and nowhere else. Especially with how hardcore Sony is with their Sony check. You know, constantly like making sure that these games are like appropriate and don't corrupt the youth. It's coming out this year, August 26th. That's right around the corner. What is it, like 8,000? That's almost $80 for the game. I mean, I'm assuming that comes with like the deluxe edition with everything. You know? But gosh, imagine being a person that spends like 80 to almost 111, like $110 to buy this game. Are you crazy? No. I'm a big Senran Kagura fan, and I guess I like Neptune a little bit. But like, I would never, ever in my life pay $60, $70, or even $80 for any of this. I would wait until it comes out on a sale for like 20, or you know, or 30 max. You know, like to me, this is just not offering anything about what I want about Senran Kagura, right? Or Neptune. To me, it just looks like another crappy spinoff, and you know, they're making themselves look even worse by, hey, here's extra DLC if you pre-order day one or whatever. You can get all of these alphas that already exist in other games, but we're reselling it to you again. We haven't learned our lesson at all. Just keep giving us your money. Look, here's these girls with big boobs. That should be enough for you to buy it, right? No, I actually like games that have quality in them. You know, that actually have a heart and soul to them instead of just making like this cash grab spinoff. At least that's what in my opinion, it feels like a cash grab spinoff. And then this game is not gonna sell well, and that's gonna be their excuse to not make Senran Kagura 7. They're gonna be like, well, people just don't care about console games anymore. We'll just keep... This is like their scheme to give themselves excuses to not make console games anymore, because the phone game is making a lot of money. So they'll make a crappy console game that doesn't sell well, and that'll be their justification to not make any of them anymore and just keep making free-to-play phone games forever. That's my conspiracy theory. That's my tinfoil hat theory. Although, I do admit, all of their content for the compile hard page has been nothing but this game. So maybe they do want to push it. I don't know. And this is typical, right? It's not like this is unique to you know, Senran Kagura or Neptune. They do this for every Japanese game. All of them have, here's DLC, here's the CD, here's the soundtrack, here's the special box set, here's the poster. That, you know, they do this all the time. It's all about selling merch. If your property sells a lot of merch, then it's gonna live forever. If it doesn't sell any merch, it's gonna be like that Keijo series. It was a manga that did pretty well, and then it got an anime adaptation, but the anime didn't do well, and it didn't sell a lot of merch, so they canceled the manga because of it. So, like, if you're not selling merch and the anime doesn't do well, and all of these external things that are not even the original source, if those are not selling well, then they shut the whole thing down, you know? And that's kind of what I hate about the Japanese biz, you know? About the business when it comes to these kinds of things, because... it's just so, like, you know, all or nothing, right? It's either you sell well now or you're dead, you know? And I don't know. I really am hoping that this game does well just so that people know that there's still interest for, Senran Kagura console games and stuff, but I just don't think this is it, you know? If they're putting all their hopes and dreams on this game that looks like this, then, I don't want to buy it on principle that is not up to my standards, but at the same time, if it doesn't sell, this will probably be the point where they'll probably just give up entirely on making console games, and they'll probably just, keep making content for New Link, and then when New Link is over, they'll probably just make another phone game, because that's, like, the one Senran Kagura thing that's making them a ton of money, and everything else very much isn't. But then again, I really haven't seen them really put much of an effort, And when they do put in an effort, maybe I'll bite. I mean, look, let's be serious. I probably will end up buying this, but do I think it's going to be a good game? Not really, honestly. I think it's going to be just totally middle of the road. I feel like it's going to be really mediocre. I feel like it's going to get off solely on the fan service. Look, the girls are naked and that's all you need, right? And that's not necessarily what I play these games for. I actually kind of like the story, and I like, the mechanics, and I like, seeing, the cool graphics and stuff. I like being able to annihilate, rivers and rivers of enemies like a Musou game. And here, it looks like we're getting, like, little handfuls, like 5 or 6 dudes, right? As opposed to Estival versus where you'd fight, like, 200 enemies at once, right? That'd be the most satisfying stuff. No alternate transformations. It's just, like, the one form, it seems. I'm just not feeling it. Some people have said that the game looks better in this trailer. I think it just looks the same, They did show off some cool little, like, animations for the characters. And, I like that there's, a good amount of characters. Not a lot, and at least not by Senran Kagura standards. But, yeah, it seemed like it's only going to be 4 Senran characters, 4 Neptunia characters, and then a bunch of, one guest character that came out of nowhere. And then all of them were, like, totally original, and you don't even know if they're even going to be playable or not. And if they are, good, and if not, then, well, whatever. I can only hope that the story is funny, which is pretty much the one thing that I always hope for all of these Neptunia spin-offs, is that at least the characters are funny, and that is well-written in that comedy kind of way. Because that's usually the only thing that these spin-offs have got going for them. Usually these spin-offs are pretty bad. And now that they're roping in Senran Kagura in on it, then I'm just worried for the future of the series. Yeah, it's sad. It's sad to see it like this, but you can only hope. Senran Kagura 7, still waiting on that to maybe come out someday. But if that does come out, then man, hopefully it's better than this.